Hey guys, welcome back to UK Highland Photography. I'm Strober and today we're going to be talking about buying second-hand photography and some of the stuff that you need to take into consideration. So let's begin. Now, the pre-purchase stage is obviously the stage where you're not ready to buy, but you're thinking of buying. You're just doing your research. So first of all, what you've got to do is you've got to research the features it is that you want in the equipment. For example, I was thinking about buying a second-hand Nikon D90. This is because I needed hypersync speed in addition to a built-in commander mode in the DSLR. However, during my research stage, I actually found out that the Nikon D80 itself has hypersync speed in addition to a built-in commander mode, and I never knew this before. So I ended up buying that body of the Nikon D80 for 70 quid. So again guys, decide what features it is that you want to buy in a product and then go on to the research stage. Moving on. You should, if you're thinking, let's say for instance, you find a seller and you're like, yeah, they tick all the boxes, all the features I want to tick there. Now what you've got to do is focus on the seller. You've got to try and work out what kind of seller this person is. For example, there's quite a few times I've bought something, you know, on the purchase impulse, and then later I've regretted it because, you know, the product never turned up, or, you know, it's just, you know, I just made a purchase decision on impulse without researching the seller first. So my advice is research the seller. If you're shopping on eBay, have a look at their feedback score. Have a look to see if anybody's left them any negative comments. If you're on social media, i.e. you're buying off Facebook, a Facebook selling group, then what you should do is have a look at the photographer's personal details. Go onto their personal website. Google the phone number they gave you. Google the email they gave you. See if there's anything that will confirm that this is a genuine seller who's not going to scam you or not going to rip you off. So identifying the person who you're doing business with is very important. So my next advice as well would be to ask questions. For example, if you're buying a DSLR, ask how many times the shutter's been fired, because then you can roughly, I think my Nikon D80, it's not even reached 1/3 of its expected shutter life, whereas some cameras, you know, could be near the end of their shutter life and you just don't know. So if you ask these probing questions, it's going to help you out with regards to making the purchase. Now, if you just see a single photograph and it's not a very good photograph, ask the seller if they've got any more higher detailed photographs for you. And you know, every bit just helps you do business with another person. So moving on to the purchase stage. So you want this camera, you want this speed light, you want this, you know, studio light. You're willing to commit to buy that product. Now, let's have a look at the ways we can pay. Obviously, we want to pay with PayPal because PayPal offers us buyer protection, which means if it's a faulty item, we can get our money back. Everybody loves PayPal, but the thing is, some sellers don't accept PayPal. Now, I personally have my own selling group on Facebook. It's called Camera Kit for Sale UK. And the thing is, I've had some members post nasty comments about sellers saying they're scammers simply because they don't accept PayPal. Guys, that's not fair, right? Let me explain this. Some sellers don't accept PayPal because they don't want to enter PayPal's terms and conditions. For example, a seller, if I'm selling my camera, why should I give PayPal a split of my profit just because you want seller protection? Instead of split it, instead of giving PayPal some of my profit so you can have seller protection, I'll just sell it on to someone else who's going to give me cash. That way I save my money. So that is one of the reasons why some sellers don't want to use PayPal. They don't want to accept the terms and conditions. Not only that, but if sellers use PayPal, they themselves can actually be opened to a scam. Now we're going to talk about scams in the next video, but for now, trust me, sellers can be scammed by using the PayPal platform for accepting payment. So let's move on to the next form of payment. We can use credit cards. Now credit cards, they, like PayPal, offer you consumer protection. So if something's wrong, you can ask your credit card company for the money to be paid back to you, i.e. a refund. Now the thing is, a credit card is great for buy now and pay later. So if you see a really good deal and you want to buy it now and then pay for it later, a credit card gives you that flexibility. However, the negative is, as we all know, is if you don't meet your monthly repayments, you will get fined late payment fees in addition to interest fees, and then before you know it, you could find yourself in debt, which is again why a lot of people don't want to pay by credit card, because it has their risks. Not only that, but with the credit card, you're also running the risk of fraud. So you could give your credit card details to a seller, basically a stranger, and you know, every month they could take money out of your credit card account without your permission, because you've literally given them the key to your credit account. So there's the negative of the credit cards. Now, bank transfer. Most sellers would probably love bank transfer. The reason being is because a bank transfer is putting money directly into their bank account. Now the thing is, this means there's no third parties for the seller to worry about. They don't have to pay PayPal any fees, they don't have to pay eBay any fees, and you know, they don't have to pay any credit card companies any fees, because you've directly put it into their bank account. However, with bank transfers, as you know, you don't get consumer protection. So if there was something wrong with the product which you actually bought, the chances are you're not going to get your money back from the seller because you done a direct bank transfer. Don't get me wrong, again, on my selling group on Facebook, I've actually had a good friend of mine who actually carried out a transaction not so long ago with another photographer, and everything went smoothly. He got his second-hand DSLR camera in addition to the seller getting his money via bank transfer. So a lot of buying second-hand photography kit is basically built on trust. And again, if you don't research the person you're going to be doing business with, then that's kind of like your own fault. But guys, in the next video, we're going to be talking more about some of the scams that happens with regards to buying second-hand photography kit. And remember, it's not just customers who can get scammed, it's also sellers who can get scammed too. But right guys, more of that in the very next video.